Welcome to our series on schema markups. I'm Jason Bland, and I've been helping law firms grow for more than 18 years, along with the awesome team we have here at Custom Legal Marketing. In this series, we're talking schema markups. Google has over 30 structured data types that can help your content get featured above the traditional search results or enhance your organic listing, which is pretty cool because you're basically helping Google better understand what type of content your law firm has produced and how you want them to feature it to the public. When we look at the various types of markups, it will look like it's all code, but don't worry, you don't actually need any programming skills to configure schemas. And I'll show you how to set it up on a WordPress site, but if you don't have a WordPress site, the fundamentals of how Google uses your structured data is all the same. So this isn't a series that's exclusively for WordPress users. Google supports schema markups for all sorts of things, like helping teachers create quizzes or students solve math problems, or even helping movie buffs discover new films. None of those are going to help your law firm. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus only on schemas that help lawyers, alphabetically, starting with article schema and ending with video markups. The article schema basically has three versions. There's article, news article, and blog posting. Think of article schema as a catch-all framework. So this is most of your website's content. If you're using an SEO plugin that has built-in support for schema, the best practice is to assign article as your page content's default schema. If you think about it, every one of your practice area pages is essentially an article. And this is what you're communicating to Google with a schema markup. If you take your page content, paste it in a plain text editor, this is what it looks like. It's just a bunch of words. But schema takes all of that content and identifies key parts of it and breaks it down section by section. So this article schema is telling Google, hey, this is your headline, and this is the author, and this is when it was published, and a whole bunch of other information about your content. But not all articles are the same. So for example, a press release would be a news article type of article, which you can see here when looking at this press release published on Law Firm Newswire. Your law firm's blog content is also an article, but it's a blog post type of article. So think of the article schema as a general schema type that represents any written content and then provides a basic structure for organizing textual information. The news article schema is designed for timely news-related articles, whereas blog posting schemas will add support for things like comments, which exclusively apply to blog posts. All of this is working together essentially to hold Google's hand and walk them through your blob of text. How do you assign article schemas to your content? Well, on WordPress, that depends on which SEO plugin you're using. If you're using Yoast, you can go to your search appearance settings and set your schemas based on post types. This will be a default setting that will apply to all of your blogs and pages. In Rank Math, you would go to your general settings dashboard, select schemas. You can add a different default schema for each of your post types. On both plugins, your content, by default, will automatically assign all of the right properties to whichever article schema type you select. But what if that post type needs to be changed? You could edit it on a per post basis, which is especially helpful if, let's say, you've published a major announcement or a press release on your law firm under your blog, but it's actually a news article. So instead of the default blog post, what you would do is assign the news article to that individual post. By using article schema, you're basically helping Google help you. They have a better understanding of what you're publishing, and in return, they can do a better job featuring your content like this, or even as a generative AI source. If you have an example of how article schemas helped your law firm get featured in Google search results or enhance your existing features, share it with us in the comments. And be sure to check out the rest of our series on how schemas can help lawyers.